The Candidate is one of Robert Redford's best films in my opinion. The Candidate, I also believe, is one of the best political movies that was ever made in the history of American cinema. I also think The Candidate might have been one of the best films of all time in the history of American film. The movie, in my opinion, is ultimately about, in concept, the ideas of direct democracy, populism, and liberal populism in politics. Can a grassroots candidate running against the establishment in the state of California, and thus running against the system, win a U.S. Senate seat in that state? I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm a big fan of Redford, but I would encourage you to see the movie. This video is going to be a film review of that film. In the movie, the Redford character, which is Bill McKay, plays the son of a former governor of California. He is now working as basically a social worker / public interest lawyer and wants to run for the U.S. Senate on his own hook, which is a line from the film. In my opinion, the Bill McKay character is a composite of Jerry Brown and the Brown family. If you remember, Jerry Brown is a former presidential candidate in the 70s and 80s and was also a former governor of California twice. His father, Pat Brown, was also governor of California. You may remember in history, Ronald Reagan defeated Pat Brown in the mid-60s to become governor of California before he was president. The similarities of the McKay families and the Brown families are uncanny in the movie. Therefore, I believe that the McKay character is a direct composite of Jerry Brown. He looks just like Brown, excluding the hair color. So here we go with this film review. He tries to run in the film as a very independent Democrat, therefore not taking PAC money or money from the rich. He is a self-styled man of the people. I think we need more people like McKay now. There are great performances here by the late actors, obviously Robert Redford, Peter Boyle, and Melvyn Douglas. You may remember Melvyn Douglas from the black and white era. He was in a really great film with Gene Hackman in 1970 about family problems called I Never Sang for My Father, among other great films. All three of these men are all deceased now. They were from a totally different era of Hollywood. The film came out in 1972, but I think the film may actually be more relevant now because of the issue of getting money out of politics and the public financing of political campaigns issue. The implied meaning of the film, kind of the subtext of the film, I think is that we needed a third party back then and we still need a third party now. That's kind of my broader interpretation of the movie. It's actually shocking that there was a talk about a sequel to this movie, where the McKay character sells out to the money in the Senate, regrets it, becomes a more conservative Democrat and regrets it, and then tries to run for president to essentially reform the system later in life. In both of Redford's movies, The Way We Were and this film, there was big speculation about sequels that never happened, with similar political themes in both films. But for some reason, these ideas never got off the ground, or they couldn't get financing, and so the films were never made. The run for president in the film The Candidate or The Candidate 2, which was proposed, would have been to reform the entire political process in America. I'm assuming they wanted to go to public financing in the plot of the film. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to assume that. If you get a chance, see the movie The Candidate. It is a great film. It's one of the best movies about American politics that was ever created. Once again, thank you for your time, thank you for your consideration. Please make a note that my next video is going to be on the concept that wars are nothing but a corporate business conspiracy, and they're all about making money. In the light of the war with Iran, I think you would have a lot of interest in this next video. Thanks again. It's free to subscribe.